Hi guys, today we will repot yet another plant. I have a horrible show in front of me. Hey! This one is my Barrina or Aliceara Peggy Ruth Carpenter. It is a very well-known hybrid among orchid collectors. I have a whole video about this plant that's very cringe. It was one of my first videos and I had someone filming me, so I didn't feel very comfortable. But if you have some curiosity, I will link it down below. This plant used to be very healthy. However, I neglected it for a long time. And what happened is, it's in a ceramic pot and the pseudobulbs start to climb out of its own pot. And in the end, I don't think I have healthy roots in here. And they start to dry out very fast. It's extremely hot now. For me to be able to save this plant, I need to repot that. So I don't know if you can see if the focus in here, but I have some dried flower spikes that I have to remove. The pseudobulbs are always all very wrinkled. That means that the roots probably they are not alive, or the live roots are out of the pot and they're very dry. Oncidiums and intergenerics, they do love their watering, and you have to water them as soon as they approach dryness. They don't like to be completely dry for a long time. They will suffer. Usually they have thinner roots compared to Phalaenopsis and other epiphytes. Their roots is thinner. They do have pseudobulb, but as you can see here, it's not enough, especially when you have a very stressed plant. This is not a new plant, so in this case I know that I don't have pests inside this pot, but I know there is something very wrong in here. So that's what I want to explore today. I want to try to save this plant, remove from this terracotta pot. Terracotta pot's not working for me at the moment. It is for some houseplants and some orchids, but not for all of them. So I will transfer it to a larger orchid pot. I'll add moss, bark, the same thing that I do with my orchid, and we can chat a little bit about different things while I inspect this plant. And let's start! I have here my coffee. I don't know how it is in the region where you live, but in Brazil, although it's a hot country, I drink a lot of hot coffee even when it's warm. And I like my coffee when it's hot. I don't know if that's weird anyway. So that's my very stressed plant. I'm a little bit worried about it, but I need to unpot and discover what's happening here. I'm not gonna talk a lot how I repot my plants because I've done that for the past videos. So if you wanna know, I will link it down below. This video is gonna be more like a relaxed one. I'm gonna talk about what's been going on recently and all that, and while I repot. And I'm gonna give you a few tips. So I'm gonna cut these dried flower spikes. Nobody wants that. Let's remove these. Let's grab the tag. Last time I had slow release fertilizer was in 2021. So this has been here for a while, as you can see. With terracotta pots is different. I cannot squeeze the pot and see what will come. I need to actually remove it from the pot. It was quite easy, it wasn't attached. I don't think I have many live roots inside here. So anyway, while I remove these roots, let me update you on the things that are going on. So a few things. One of them is I was really sick. I got a very bad chest infection, very close to a kind of pneumonia. The doctors here, they diagnosed it wrongly at the first time, so they gave me some other medication that didn't work out. But then after a while, they discovered it was a very serious chest infection, so I think because took me a while to be medicated, I got a little bit worse, and took me a while to get better as well. That's why I kind of disappeared for a long time when I was trying to get my video schedule on time. I got very ill, so anyway, I couldn't work, and my voice is still a little bit strange, funny. I'm still coughing a bit, and on top of that, everybody has hay fever at the moment here in the UK. So not the best time to be with an allergy on top of everything else. So that was going on, not exactly exciting, but it happens, it's life. I've never had any respiratory disease before, so if you deal with that, I hope you don't get anything serious, because honestly, it's a difficult one. But on the happy note, I am also having a very busy month, but nothing because of sickness or anything. Now it's summer in Europe, it's quite hot in London, so the weather makes such a big difference, but I feel like lots of things start to happening when, oops, everything is noisy outside as well, because everybody's outside. It's been very, very hot. But on the exciting note, I'm gonna go to a festival soon to help out a friend. So I'm gonna be almost a week out of my house. I intend to leave everything recorded if I have time. It's gonna be my first experience on a festival, on a big festival. I don't know if I have been to one before. I wanna hear what you think, and I hope you can see. Oh my gosh, I'm doing a huge mess here. So is happening at the moment for me. Luckily, I have an amazing partner, so he's gonna be at home with my daughter. And everything is sorted, but I hope my plants take it easier, because also I love summer, I love when the weather starts to get warm. However, with my plants, since they are all inside, I don't have any outdoor area, they start to lose water so quickly, and you need to water them more than once. It's not funny when you have loads of them. And I think some houseplants are worse than orchids, especially houseplants that enjoy their humidity. Or, oh my God, if you spend one weekend away, they suffer, they struggle. So I think orchids in general, they are more resilient. Apart from some cool growing species, such as Masdevallias, for example, are pretty sensitive to heating and to low humidity. I have only 2 Masdevallias left. I think everything almost dead. I'm not being very careful, but I can see that everything's dead. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna rinse this root system very quickly so I can inspect it better. And I'm gonna start cutting all of these roots, and I'm gonna clean the table as well. 1 second. So I have rinsed my plant and I'm back. So let's check and inspect all the roots. It's a little bit sad, don't you think? Don't know what to do with it. Let's see. I'm a little bit scared of dividing it. I could divide it in 2 different divisions. I have a newer growth here, and I have a newer growth here. What I could do is to divide it in 2 or leave everything together. I think I'm gonna leave everything together, to be honest, and see what happens. Or I could, like this one is not doing anything for the plant anymore. I think I'm gonna divide and pot together. Let's see what I can do with that. Otherwise, it's gonna be difficult to fit on the pot. So, can you see here? These bulbs are very, very old. I'm gonna remove the whole section here. These will go, I throw away. Can remove the sheet as well. There we go. I'll clean these up. This is a newer growth. So as you can see, I had some issues because the roots, they were not growing inside the mix, but they were all up in the air. So no good at all. I have a new eye here that's swelling. I'll try to dry it out after I pot my plant up. I may have to bury these a little bit, and I'm not gonna remove that, although this one is a very old bulb, is very shriveled, but ideally we should have 3 bulbs in order to be successful when saving our plant. I know that everything is dead here, so if I pull, you see. So I'm gonna just keep cleaning and cutting out the root system. By the way, if I'm blabbing too much, you can actually just skip the video to the end. I thought it would be fun to have a little something different, talk a little bit about myself. I usually don't do that. And since I have explained how I repot this plant in another video, I will link it all of them down below for you if you want to see something more technical instead of just having a conversation. So yeah, I'm gonna just cut everything like that. So anyway, that's when he was talking about the big festival. Hopefully I will be 100% by then, because I still got a cough, as I said before. This year I've been trying to, I'm sorry about the noise, it's horrendous, horrific. This has no roots, this has no good roots, so I have to remove everything. Everything is dead here, it's pretty sad. But I knew, look, they are all completely dehydrated. Hopefully it will push some, it will push new growths and new roots soon. I've been trying to do things a little bit different, things that I haven't done for many years. The thinking is about motherhood, just changing the subject a little bit. Since I became a mother, it's normal, my life changed as everything. So I haven't had much time to do many things. For example, I stopped reading. I didn't have time, I think, to read anymore. And I enjoy reading a lot when I was little. And as a teenager, as a young adult, I always loved reading. So if I have a good book that you have read and you recommend, please let me know down below. So I have been reading a lot lately. I joined a book club from my work, which is very fun, to be honest, because I said if I'm in a group where I have to read, you know, during certain time, I will force myself to finish the book. So the book club has been amazing. In this instance, I have been enjoying reading a lot. Again, I was able to pick up the pace, grab new books. And it's completely different because I am from Brazil, so I am crazy about Brazilian and Portuguese literature. Since we speak Portuguese, so I love, there are so many nice books that I have read growing up. So now it's good because I have been reading completely different sort of books, and I've been enjoying it a lot, and also different genres. So I've read a fantasy book, it's called The Fifth Season, very dense one. I have also read some other sorts of books. Maya Angelou, I read 2 books of her lately. She is an amazing person. I admire her history a lot, and I admire her books. So anyway, all that's something new that I've been embracing lately. While I was sick, I was also embroidering because I couldn't leave my bed. So I'm embroidering some flowers, also something different. I like doing creative things sometimes and embracing, I don't know, something creative. So I think embroidering gave me that. I used to work with photography for many years. But then, because it became work, do you know when something becomes... Oh, really, baby? I think this plant is sick. Not sure, but it looks like... Can you see the purple ring here? I don't know if you can see there. I don't know if that's a purple ring. I don't know if you can see properly. Do you think that's a purple ring here or not? Let me know. I think it is. Oh, wow. Well. If it is a purple ring, it means that my plant has a fungus called Fusarium, or I'm gonna write it down. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly. It can be quite serious, can be deadly to the plant as well. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know if that's it or not. Let's see if it will bounce back and if it will recover as well. Oh, that's sad. Could happen, but let's see. I have another one that has it, but it's doing pretty well. I have many eyes. Look, new growth. Oh. So I think it will bounce back, but I'm gonna put them both together. Thinking about giving that someone that asked me for it on the internet, but now I have to tell her that it's sick, I think. And And the second thing is, I don't know if I'll be able to save, so I try to put both divisions together. And we try to not mix my very good material with this old mix. Put this here, but I'm not gonna spray hydrogen peroxide because this plant is not new, it's an old plant. So I know it has no pests, but may have some disease. Oh, I'm sad, but that's okay. So I'm using a very big pot, it's a 16 centimeter one. Usually these plants, they become massive plant. I have one good example very close to me here. I'm not gonna grab, but I've talked about this plant a lot. It is a Oncidium intergeneric as well. I'm gonna do as I do with all my plants, using bark and moss. It has no roots at all, both divisions. I will need to fill my pot with mix because that's all that it has. Oh, it's fine. I have to grab more bark and more moss. I will speed up, so we'll see when my plant is almost potted. So I'm adding, this is the stick pesticide. It's working for my plants, so I'm adding it to the mix. Something else that I'm gonna do now is just fill that with bark. And a little bit more of moss and bark. I don't want to bury the newer growths, but the older growths, unfortunately, since this plant is climbing out of the pot, that's what I can do. So that's the last layer of sphagnum moss. I'm doing the same thing that I do with all my plants. That's why today I did this much more relaxing type of video, because I know that some people know exactly what I do. Okay, I need more bark. Let me grab my more bark. So that's my plant, completely repotted. It's looking much nicer than when I showed you. However, I'm a little bit sad because it may be a sick plant. Maybe that's the reason why it starts to slowly but slowly dehydrated, lose its roots. I don't know. I am not sure. I know that some plants that has Fusarium, they do bounce back. I know that it's a disease that can be transmissible, so one plant can pass to another one if you share water, for example. Some pests as well can be vector, I think, from the fungi. I am not sure. So anyway, I know that insects can carry virus. I'm not sure. I don't think they can carry fungi. Anyway, sorry, a ton of questions on my mind here. But yeah, there is a chance that this plant came like that. I've never shared water between one orchid and another one. Another thing that you have to do after repot, especially when you see that your plant may be sick, is sterilize everything. Sterilize your tray, your cutting tool, sterilize the table, because if I work with another orchid here, it can get sick as well. Hopefully it's not that. Hopefully, I don't know. I'm not sure. Hopefully it will bounce back. Who knows? Let's see. I'll keep you updated. At least it's pushing out new roots. New growths. Hopefully these growths will put out the roots, and these roots will grow inside this pot. Let's see. I don't know what to say, to be honest. I don't have much hope, but I will keep an eye on it. I'll baby it a little bit because the flowers are very, very beautiful. And maybe I will be able to save it. If not, at least I tried. And I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like button, leave a comment down below. If you have any questions about me, about myself, about my orchids, I'd love to hear it as well. And I see you next time. Bye bye.